Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well. I hope your days went good, everyone. Such a glorious day to see you guys. I appreciate y'all being here. Day 29. Nancy Guthrie. Missing. Kidnapped from her home. Middle of the night. No clues left. No evidence. Just the blood. But I say, let's get this started right. Let's go!
Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better
Okay. What's up, peeps? How y'all living? What's up, peeps? I said hello, everyone. Put them W's in the chat.
Right now.
I appreciate y'all being here. I freaking love y'all. How y'all doing today? I was going to come live earlier, but I had a few things I needed to get finished. I may be starting back to work tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll know a little bit later. It's just going to try to stick me on this week's schedule, and that'd be good, man. How you guys doing, man? Another day without Nancy. Hello. Let's see here. Let's go to the top and see who we got in here. Charles Wickline. Be good to find some new content. This has wore itself out. Well, there's about another billion channels on YouTube to watch, so that's good for you. What's up, Stacy? How you doing, baby? What's up, Hank? Joyce in Florida says, this is getting tiresome and monotonous. There's another 100 billion channels on YouTube to watch. How you doing, Miss January? Courtney Reed, how are you doing? Hello, 1985. I see my people now. What's up, Venna? Venna Styles. Twistorella in the building. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. What's up, Julia Rose? Hope all is well. Everyone has a theory, and you'd think if you weighed them, it would seem to give out a positive vibe. Yeah, probably so. I mean, I think most people want the best for Nancy. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who wants something bad to happen to this woman? I know. How you doing, Texas Yvette? Hello there. What's up, Brandy? I see you, Brandy. Y'all got some green thumbs in the Discord. Y'all be showing your plants and stuff. I can't grow a tomato plant. I can't even grow a weed, y'all. I can't. What's up, TT? How you doing, TT? She says, hi, mods, AD, and chat. What's up? Let's see who else we got in here. Melissa, how are you doing, Melissa? What's up, Twisted? My dog. How you doing, G? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I see we got members up in this piece. Okay. What's up, Florida? Life in the sun. How are you doing? Okay, we got Venna in here. But Venna changed her picture. It was different up here. Yeah. Cool, man. Miss KDE. I see you, Lily. How you doing? Miss KDE, how you doing? Julia Ross, how are you? Glad to see me better. I am too, Julia. I was so over that bullshit. Straight up. Hi, Stacy. Mitzi, what's up, Mitzi? CG, what's up, homie? How you doing, CG? Well, we got Josie in the house. Josie. We got Gigi. What's up, Gigi? How are you? Good seeing you as well. Nice to see you. Pretty bird. She says, hey, AD and chat. Chat box on fire. Man, y'all are beautiful, man. Beautiful people. So, as you know, we are a react channel and we like to talk a lot over here. I talk to my people. It's not always about the content with us. We like to have hangout streams and we like to kick it with each other. And we like to go over theories. We like to understand what someone else is thinking and what you might be thinking and what he might be thinking, what she might be thinking. But you know what? You're allowed to think whatever you want in this chat and in the Discord because everybody has their own minds and we don't stop your opinion. Okay, man. I want to bring some things up today because there was something on the interview room last night that I was watching and I shut it off because I thought this would be a good stream to watch with you guys. This is probably the best channel that I've seen with theories. I've got to say it. The interview room has been killing it, man. They're doing well. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of this because it's a 2-hour stream. But you know what? We're going to try. We're going to try, man. We like to party. We like to party. I love you too, Vanna. I appreciate you loving the channel, man. I really, truly do. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, girl. You like the interview room? You missed it? Chris and his wife are very knowledgeable. I agree. I agree, man. I totally agree. Fix that. Shout out to Hillbilly. She'll be in here then. Shout out to Hillbilly. Shout out to you, Brandy. Shout out to everybody that's coming into the live. You are more than welcome to say anything you want in the chat. Just keep it respectful and keep it moving. Let's go. Hopefully I got it at the right spot. Man, I've had one heck of a good day, y'all. I woke up on the right side of the bed and I'm not even going to share it with you. It's too vulgar. I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm going to grab me a drink, though. Oh, Florida Life in the Sun. Thank you so much, darling. Helping me hit that goal. We're not holding church or anything, guys, because I'm not a pastor and I don't really care to hold church. But shout out to you, Miss Florida Life in the Sun. Thank you so much for helping me. I adore you.
Right now, 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 right now.
Well, I mean, I know you want to know, but I'll say it in the Discord. I just don't want to say it on here because, you know, you got people like, oh my God, AD is so vulgar. Oh my God, all he does is talk about his dick. Oh my God. Like, bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. That motherfucker clear, ain't it? That's clear as. And you can see the print. All right. Shout out to you. What's up, Tweaker Geographic? You're a new subscriber and a new channel. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. Shout out to you, though. Hope you do well with your channel. All right.
Really classy and warm and welcoming. So we want to thank Miss Sophia, Maui Girl, Mimi J2, Laura M.
I think they do a. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Courtney Reed.
Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you, the media.
Pretty Bird, what's up? What's up? You know what I done? No, you don't. You don't know. I didn't do anything. I promise I didn't do nothing. Shout out to Pretty Bird.
Right now, 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 right now.
Josie nailed it. See, I didn't even have to say nothing. Josie nailed it. Since this operation, I was kind of wondering, what's going to be happening with the lower area. But today when I woke up, I realized, hey, that thing still works.
To honor your profession and report with some sense
I was kind of
of
worried, y'all.
compassion and professionalism.
Josie nailed it.
And so, I think that was a shot at Ashley Banfield, who reported this car right here belongs to Annie, and this is a picture of it being towed away from the house.
Well, I was just happy because I know that thing still works. I went through a prostate surgery, y'all, and I was kind of wondering if everything was going to be all good. But when I woke up today, I realized, holy shit, I got to pee bad. Yeah.
That was back in the
It was
first
all
couple
good.
of days of the investigation.
Right, which got us thinking, well, wait a minute. If, we didn't think Ashley Banfield would have gone out that far, with her professional sources and to, put it into the environment that this car right here that you're looking at with the big circle on it would have not been impounded. And if so, if it was impounded, the only thing I could have thought of, from an investigative aspect, and Bob.
Yeah, it's your prostate that controls it. It is. It's your prostate that controls that, and it's what produces semen as well. So, I don't know about the semen part. But as far as I know of, that thing woke up like this. What's up, Indian? How are you? Hello, Stacy.
You weigh in here as well. Is you don't impound the cars from the family whose mother's been abducted, unless there is a linkage somehow to the investigation.
Okay, that is a great point, chat. Great point. I know a lot of us don't understand what's going on with like the judges, the police taking her car, a judge had to sign off on this. So you got to ask yourself, what's letting them keep holding that car? Why did they take the car? And where is Tommaso?
What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Hi,
They wouldn't
DMJ.
have kept the car this long either. So even if it did have some minor evidentiary value, let's say hypothetically it was stolen or something, and they thought that it would have some evidence, they would have returned it to the family by now. So it is significant in my opinion.
I think so too.
That they have continued to hold it.
I think it's something to do with the case, y'all. On a quick side note, don't forget a certain someone has court on Tuesday. Yep. I know you're on it too, baby, so I'm leaning on you a little bit. We on it together, baby.
And
that's probably when I'll be doing another Whitaker stream, if there's any updates. Like, I just don't do, like, Toddy did a stupid Whitaker stream today because her fucking views got low. She tried to do other shit, didn't work out for her. So she ran back to the fucking Whitakers. Yep. That's what happens when you don't work and you have to rely on YouTube.
At this point, it's been several weeks, about 3 weeks since they took the car. So it has significant evidentiary value, in my opinion. That's not an indictment on the owners of the vehicle. It's just simply stating an educated guess on why they're holding it that long, because it is significant to the case.
And that's another great point. We are not saying that anybody is implicated in this. We are just simply asking the questions. Do you still have the car, and why? And if we didn't get the why piece of this answered from Pima County, but we were told that yes, they still have the car impounded in their custody, and it is, quote, part of the investigation, end quote.
So read some of the emails.
Okay, so do you think they've been holding this car this long because that's what dropped her off? I don't think so. Do you think something could have happened to Annie before she was dropped off? They are keeping this car for a reason. They are definitely keeping this. That's for a reason, for sure.
Some of the conversation you had with the PIO.
Hello, Angela.
Sure.
And this is from the horse's mouth at the sheriff's department. Okay. And remember, this is the only channel, okay, that within 2 days after we started dissecting this case and we put the panel together and all started saying, okay, if this was ours, how would this thing flow? Okay.
No, I think
and the thought process was there.
Like what? Like, what do you think? What are you thinking, DMJ? What other leads you think? Share with me, y'all, what your hypotheses are, what your theories are. I would love to know. What do you think that the other leads would be?
2 lanes going that the FBI, train number 1, I said, left the station. They're going to chase all the Bitcoin. They're going to, put all the, technical resources, evidence resources in. But at the house, Pima County Sheriff's Office is going to stay in that lane because that's going to be their homicide guys working this case from that position. So what did we all see? We all saw the timeline come out. We all questioned. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody, like even everybody in the chat and our subscribers, our members, we all started critically thinking, going, wait a minute, there's a gap in the garage door timeline. We have the...
Oh, yeah, I think everybody's saying this is an inside job, DMJ. I think everybody's at that point now. This seems too good. This is too good for somebody that's just breaking in somebody's home. This was done way too good. Now, if it was Tommaso that did it, then it wasn't done very good.
948, 950, but we don't have if in fact that garage ever opened up at any other time. And I thought that was an anomaly, and everybody else agreed, and we came to the consensus. Okay, well that's a big question mark. How did they get into the house? And then
yeah, there's no forced entry out front. They said the back door was open. Don't make any sense for it to have a stranger, not a random. I don't think she was targeted. I believe she was targeted as well. I do. This was done very, very well.
Watch just recently where we had Maureen and Bob and with Maureen and others. I brought up the fact that there is one door that nobody's questioning, and that was on the patio. Okay, the sliding glass door. It is a small pony wall that anybody could just jump over. And so that gave the front door as a point of entry. It gave the garage as a point of entry. It gave the 2 back doors, one to the garage, one to the interior of the house, as points of entry. And it also gave 2 slider doors as points of entry into that house. So there's a total of 6 points of entry into that house. Damn. What's interesting is the sheriff said, well, we're not going to release that information, okay, not to the public at this point. Okay, so we're going to talk about that here in a couple of minutes. So, hon, what did the PIO say to you directly? Because you talked to him.
Right. Okay, so
I watched the video on Fugitive TV, and he said a woman from Iran was connected to her address. What do you mean? Connected? Searching it?
My conversation was with one of the public information officers at Pima County Sheriff's Department. They work directly for Sheriff Nanos. So I asked about whether Annie's car was still in
here, man. I appreciate y'all. Please hit that like button.
It was returned back to her. And first, this PIO said quote, as for the vehicle question, that's part of the investigation. Okay, so I got that in an email. And then I spoke with him on the phone yesterday and had a little bit more of a conversation with him. And again, pressed him on the question, do you still have her car? He said, well, we can't answer that.
Really
quote, we can't answer that. We don't want to give away, quote, any information related to this case. I asked him again if he could confirm whether Annie's car was still there. And I said, look, if it's not still there, then say so, which would go along with what the sheriff said by releasing the statement saying, well, the family and their spouses have all been cleared. And I said, look, we don't want to report erroneous information, of course. And then I said,
so do you think that did a background check on Nancy? Yeah, apparently there was a lot of searches from since like June of last year. So if the searches started from this person, he put in some long effort into this. Like he put some work in, y'all. Still got water in my ear. Damn it. I just can't go over I was just getting ready to ask that, Stacy. Do you think that the sheriff would tell everyone that the family has been cleared while also thinking the family did it or having the family as a suspect? Are they allowed to do that? Are they allowed to lie like that? I'm pretty sure they can, right? Like, are they allowed to tell the media, yeah, the family's been cleared? So that makes them believe that they're okay and they start going back to normal things. They think that they can start living regular again and they maybe mess something up. I've looked up like rich people, but I've never looked up Savannah Guthrie. I mean, I did since we've done this, but not Savannah or Nancy. Hell no. He's not supposed to tell people the family is cleared. That's for district attorney to do. I thought the district attorney is the person that puts the case on. He's the person that tries the case just in court. I think it would be up to like an investigator or something or lead somebody to say it. FBI hasn't cleared anyone. And why the fucking sheriff running around saying this shit?
Okay, hypothetically, let's talk. If this were a completely different case, if this wasn't the Guthrie case,
real famous
and
people,
if the
but
sheriff
never
had impounded a car during an investigation, and then that person was cleared, would that car be released to that person, or would you keep it? And the PIO said, well, yes, we would release that car because that is what typically happens. Okay, so that was the conversation. And then he came back and said, well, again, he repeated himself. The car is part of the investigation. And to be clear, again, I want to say
after he told you, I'll answer you later in the afternoon.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So that's what he came back with. Okay.
So that's the new running line now. The car, Bob, the car is part of the investigation.
It's part of the investigation. I want to be clear again. We are not saying that the family is involved. We are not implicating anybody.
No.
We are asking these questions of the sheriff who is running the investigation.
Yeah, very legitimate question too. I mean, you know, without beating a dead horse here, you hold a car that long, there is some evidentiary value to it, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
so, and I think that
like
value,
that
evidentiary value is significant in this case.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
That totally makes sense. And
yeah, I mean, it really isn't though, is it? It ain't his place because he's not the one out there doing it. Like, he's not the one out there searching. Let's not fool ourselves. He's not leaving his desk. He's not leaving his desk.
Just hang on before you make that point. I mean, look, we saw when they made, I guess it was the hot stop down in Rio Rico, and they detained Carlos. They searched him. They got a search warrant for his house, and then they released him, right? So it would stand to reason if somebody's cleared, they're going to release the vehicle as well.
Correct.
Bob, your thoughts?
Yeah,
another thing to look
I
at.
agree. And if I can, let me comment on clearing someone. We've discussed that quite a bit in the previous episodes that I participated in. But let me just say this: the only person
I got it,
really
DJ.
that can clear someone, emphatically clear someone in a criminal case, is a prosecutor, not a sheriff, not
That's
even
what
a
you just said.
detective.
You were right. It is the DA. He just said it too. He just said it too. What? Oh, I just got my schedule. Oh shit now. Oh shit now. Oh shit now. Yeah. Start work Tuesday. Fire. How the heck are you guys doing, man? That was some great news. Thank y'all, man. I have to take the paperwork in that clears me to work. And it's my discharge paperwork. It says on it, you're free to return to work after 2 weeks. So I'm ready to go, y'all. Thank you guys, man. Thank you. Let me see what the rest of it looks like. I only looked at that day. Oh, shit. She put me in for 4 days. I'll take it. I'll take it, man. Thank you, Hummingbird. I'm so ready, man. I mean, I'm probably going back a little too early, but I feel great, guys. I really do. And anything that's real heavy at work, I got a homeboy that works there too. I can just call on him, you know what I mean, if it's too crazy. But most of the shit I do is going around checking parts and making sure that machines stay running right for the other employees. It's not the most strenuous job in the world. It is when you have to climb up in the presses and shit. Thank you guys so much. Hummingbird, I appreciate you. Betty Davis Eyes, thank you so much. Miss January, thank you. Oh, it's going to take some weight off. Woo, boy. Oh, man.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm so sick of sitting in this house. You have no clue. And then anywhere I go, it costs me money to fucking go anywhere unless I go to my homies or something. But then I didn't want to do that when I had that bag on me. I didn't want to go anywhere, y'all. When I was wearing that catheter, I didn't even want to go outside. I felt weird. Like I felt like I had to be around a bathroom at all times. And that kind of took my days down. You know what I mean? I just didn't like going anywhere with that bag. But now I feel pretty good, man. I really do. Yeah, I go back to work Tuesday. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll take it. I'll take it. I gotta have it. Hell yeah. About a month from now, I'll start be able to catch up on all my shit. I didn't get behind on anything. That was good. But I did start fucking scaring me.
Now, a detective can come out and say, well, I'm not looking at this person as a
I
suspect or a
appreciate
person of
all y'all.
interest.
Hold on.
But really, the only
Hold on. Thank you to all of the people that had my back. You know who you are. You know who you are. There's too many to name, but you know exactly who you are. So I appreciate you, and I owe you for life. There's probably nothing I can do to repay you, but I definitely owe you so much appreciation. So thank you so much.
person that can clear someone in this type of case, or any criminal case for that matter, is a prosecutor
Tuesday, Wednesday,
and not
Thursday.
a law enforcement official, not a sheriff or a police chief or a detective. And we tend to conflate
Friday.
those two
I work
things, clearing
Friday,
someone and not looking at them as a person of interest. So I think that's an important distinction.
Some fucking good hours too, dude. 6 to 1, 6 to 2, 6 to 3, 6 to 2. Let's fucking go. That's sweet, bro. Being off work every day by 3 is fire. Thank you, Indian. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Right now, 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 right now.
Thank you, Miss January. That moment needed that. For anybody that don't know, that's in this chat that don't know, I just suffered like a prostate issue. So they took me in. I was down about 2 months, I think. It's been about 2 months. All of January, and all of February. So yeah, 2 months. Yes, thank y'all, man. I feel healthy, y'all. You guys don't understand, man. I had that problem for a long time. I was just putting it off and putting it off, not knowing every other new day, it starts to get worse and worse until I just couldn't take it no more. I probably could have died, man. I got to the point where I thought I was going to be septic because I was going to the bathroom and barely peeing, like barely. And then I'd come back 30 minutes later, back in there, barely peeing. So I wasn't emptying my bladder. It made my bladder stretch. Yeah, come to Indy. I'll take all y'all out. I promise I will. Come to Indy. I'll take all y'all out.
To make, especially in a case like this, and especially since the sheriff clearing the Guthrie family has been such a significant comment that he made, and again, that's not suggestive that the Guthries are suspects or anything like that. It's just that since it was such a major incident, a major portion of this case lately, I think it warrants some kind of explanation, at least to the audience.
Yeah, and what's your thought?
Thank the Lord.
I mean, from a PIO's perspective, of what he said, how did he dance?
He didn't even dance. It was just like reiterating, robotic. Like, I mean, he's doing his job. I'm not blaming.
It wasn't even a freaking mass. They said it was a mass when I went to the emergency room. They said it was a mass all the way up until I went and got the camera. And when they put that camera up in me, he was like, dude, I don't think this is a mass. I really can't tell because it's blocking it so bad, but I think this is your prostate growing into your bladder. It happens a lot. Like 60% of men are going to have that surgery. So I was like, let's fucking go, baby. At least it ain't the C word. They had me scared to death with that. I was praying. I usually don't pray every night, but boy, I was praying, man. And you know what? He looked out for me.
Yeah. Obviously, the sheriff doesn't want to,
My
number one,
not
hold
over.
press conferences anymore. The very few interviews he's given have been trickled out, and I don't believe he's even talked to the media. Although you do hear that, like, he'll text back a reporter out at the scene. I mean, it's just bizarre to me that he's not releasing
I am
information all at
detecting
once.
reporters.
The feds aren't talking except for leaked sources, apparently.
What's up, Whiskey? How are you doing, girl? Yeah, I get to go back to work, man. Tuesday. That means I got one more day of rest. I'm going to take it too. I'm going to lay up all day tomorrow. It's going to wear me out the first week. I guarantee it. I got to wear my steel toe boots, fucking walking on that concrete. I work with hand tools all day, wrenches and ratchets. Yeah, they shouldn't throw it around. But when I was seeing it on the camera, it looked like a mass growing right there. It looked like actually two of them on each side. It was weird. But like it was like your bladder goes like this, and then for a man, it probably does for a woman too. I don't know. But for a man, it kind of goes like this into like a tube, like a cavern where your urine goes down. And my prostate had grown up in there so far it was in my bladder. I know you guys were praying for me, man. There's a lot of you that looked out heavy for me, and I appreciate it. I really, truly do. I do. Y'all was riding for a honky for sure. There was quite a few of you. Please keep up that good work and keep riding for me, baby. We'll take this fucking channel to the moon.
In this case. And, you know, you can give statements to the media, because I did this. I was a PIO for 5 years. I always tried to say, look, let me give you something. Let me tell you what I can tell you. And then if you're asking specific questions about the investigation, I can't release it. So you have to be able to say, we can't release that at this time. It's critical information to the case.
Surgeons
We're not going to jeopardize the case.
Surgeons are badass. Like the profession,
you know, again, it's hard to know if they're just shutting down all information, or if we hit a sensitive vein with the car and there's more going on behind the scenes. It's hard to know.
You know, I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. In fact, I think they're moving right along. They're not trudging along. I think they're moving full steam ahead. And what we saw yesterday at Nancy's house, to me, is another indicator of that. So I have no doubt. We've said this previously on your show, that my opinion is they're all working well together, despite some of the rhetoric from the top of the FBI and well, not necessarily FBI, but the sheriff for sure.
Yes.
But I think they're working all well together, and they're moving ahead. Some of the video that we've seen, clearly the FBI agents and the Pima County detectives are together, walking through or going back up to the house, or just in their day-to-day.
Has JLR been to that house today? Does anybody know? I'm gonna pull him up on the side too. I wonder what it's looking like. Has anybody like moved in there? I know he was sitting out in front of the sheriff's. That's what I said to do. Go to the damn sheriff's station. For real. For real.
Activities where the media has caught them. Clearly they're all working together. So that's what we thought, and that's the way this should go.
Still at the police station.
Yeah, awesome. And let's, to your point, Bob, let's bring the audience up to speed. So this is a photograph that I put up, 4 or 5 days ago.
Thank you, Lee. What's up, J&J?
While we've been looking at this objectively, one of the things that you learn.
Well, they can walk down there,
and through.
You're just not allowed to park there. You can like walk there. You can park away and walk up to it, right? I just think you can't park there now. There's a vigil being held? Really? Oh, that's beautiful. There should have been one. Well, nobody would know she's dead, but he's on his way to service. Good deal. I'll go over in a minute.
Even courses that you take in homicide investigations and those kind of things from Department of Justice, et cetera, is slow down. Just slow down when you first get there. Believe it or not, there have been statistical studies that have been done that if a homicide investigator within the first 10 minutes of getting there makes about almost just under 400 decisions rather rapidly.
Damn, y'all made that bold move.
Here's the interesting thing about that. of those decisions, every
Sunday
one of them
fun
has
day.
to be at least close to correct, because you will be asked about those decisions on the stand by a defense attorney. Now, and that's why it's critical when you get onto a scene, and we teach this through the Cold Case Foundation to new homicide investigators, that when you get there, as when you debrief the patrol guys, that you have to, while you're taking notes, when they say, yeah, this witness said this witness said that, well, you just do a cursory note, because by the time you get that witness back into the interview room back at the station or into a controlled environment, and you turn on that tape recorder, okay, that statement could change, because they're still going through the trauma of the event, calling the 911, getting the cops on the scenes. So there's a lot of dynamics that take place.
You got to talk to them again,
testimony.
for sure.
Okay. So
I don't
in
know
this
why
situation, we have the Uber driver who picks her up, drops her off, allegedly at the house. We have the family say what they said. Yeah, we were here at dinner and all this other stuff. Okay. And then you have the call coming in. Mom's not at church. She's not on the stream.
better on my feet than I do sitting down, actually.
Well, that first deputy on the scene got all that information like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But from who? Whoever was the reporting party that mom was missing. Okay.
Yep. So who reported it? Y'all remember, right? It was the ladies from her church, correct? The ladies that she went and hung out with. It couldn't have been them, right? No way. Yeah, he was at that news station where they have that sign out. I seen that part. I just didn't know if he cruised by Nancy's and seen what it looked like or anything. Because they've given the house back. So apparently they don't need to go there no more. Isn't it amazing how they can just take your house, make it a crime scene, and you ain't getting it? Find it strange? I find a lot of this strange now. The more it comes together a little bit in my head, something ain't right.
Over on 911, which, by the way, we have not heard that call yet. We've only heard the dispatch, Bolo.
Why hasn't anyone got the 911 call yet? Can't you put in a FOIA for that? A neighbor said he could pull in their driveway. Oh, okay.
That was put out usually
the radio broadcast.
The radio broadcast
right.
The second day. So we don't know what the initial 911 call was to say, hi, hey, we can't find my mom. So that's still, they're holding that close to the chest, rightfully so. Okay? But the first deputy on the scene.
I don't know about every morning, but at least every other day you talk to your mama, right? And if she's old and fragile, you got to check on her daily. I mean, just depends on how old and fragile she is. She was getting out and about. She was jumping in Ubers. I mean, she was getting around, obviously. But yeah, it depends on how many kids there are, you know. You're at least like me, I was an only child. When I didn't live with my mama and take care of her, I talked to my mama at least every other day. If I didn't talk to her every day, I would call her the next day and be like, hey, what's up? We didn't talk. What are you doing? And nothing would change. It would just be me checking in on her, see how she is. If she needed anything. I took my mother to the store. I did everything for her. I did. Especially when I moved in, I took over everything. I paid her rent. I paid her bills. She had her whole check. She didn't draw shit. She didn't draw nothing hardly. But she had it all when she was passing away. I let her have every bit of it. Do whatever you want with it.
Is going immediately into an investigative mode, because if she's a missing person, she's a very high risk missing person that within that first 2-3 hours. So he's processing, or she's processing, whoever that first witness is going to be on the stand one day.
Living good, DMJ.
What was told to him. And then from there, he's making decisions to do a couple of things. One, I need to tell my responding officers what's going on for their own, as they're coming in, they're going to do things as they're responding to the scene. He's also making a decision, or a supervisor who may be listening is making a decision. I'm going to be responding. automatically. And so now once that supervisor gets on scene, he goes to that first deputy and says, what do we have? And that deputy repeats the initial information that was told to him through the reporting party. Remember, the Uber driver is not there. Okay. None of that has taken place yet for these initial responding folks. Okay. It's at that point she is deemed a high risk 84-year-old mom, disappears out of a house. They go into that house and then they discover what they described as a crime scene. Okay. Now, we don't know what that crime scene looks like. We know now.
Yeah, we know nothing. Is there like any, who's to say he didn't take something? There was my boss texting me back because they have me down under somebody else's name. And she said, you are this person for the week. You're at the bottom of the schedule. So I was making sure that was me she was talking about. And she says, of course, happy to have you back. See you Tuesday. Good people, man. I mean, I kind of felt bad because the way this all happened. Hi, Sassy. The way it happened, I wasn't able to give them any kind of warning. I was telling everybody that I was going to end up going to the hospital, but they probably thinking I was bullshitting because I kept saying it for like a month. I'm gonna go to the hospital this weekend. I'm gonna go to the hospital this weekend. They'll probably keep me. And finally I went and I ended up just texting her and with a picture of me in the hospital, like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it to work. They're saying bad shit to me right now. And that's kind of how, I mean, they haven't said nothing about the crime scene. What if he did take stuff? And maybe they just didn't want to tell anybody. What if he's got something that's very easy, like recognizable? I know some people have jewelry that's like custom made, like it's got custom pearl, custom diamonds or whatever in it. You know how it is. Old women got different kind of jewelry, man.
That crime scene has additional DNA evidence inside that house.
And blood.
And we hear now from Savannah, her mother was taken out of the bed.
Wow.
So, yeah, Bob, go.
No.
Ow. Fucking creepy, y'all. To be woken up in the middle of your sleep to be taken out of your home. I'm debating on when I'm going to start working out again. I'm debating. I want to bad. Because I pulled out one of my bands and I was playing with it, just pulling on it. And I could do it. I don't want to stress myself too hard. I'm kind of wondering, I'm probably going to start at about 4 weeks after the surgery. Start working out again slowly. So I exercise daily except for 2 days out of the week. Inside job.
I'm sorry for cutting. I just want to make a point when you're done with that.
Take it right out of
go back
bed.
to the photo of the patio with the pony wall and make a point. And sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, go. Here it is.
Okay, so this patio.
That's probably the furthest away from her bedroom too. That sliding door right there. That's probably the furthest away from her bedroom. Like, or it might even be her bedroom. That's in the front, ain't it? Is there 2 sliding doors there? Is that 2 sliding doors? You think so? That's a big house for sure. A large crib. That's what I was wondering too. They said they've got like 10,000 hours of footage. How they got that much footage? From people sending it, or is there some in her house too? Corn's good. Could be her room or kitchen. It looks like it might be a room. I'm betting the kitchen's in the middle of this house. I'm betting when you walk in the door, there's a living room, and then you can walk into the kitchen. And then the bedrooms on either side, probably. I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, but it looks like that could be a bedroom. That side piece right here. Is it 2 sliding doors, though? Yeah, 10,000 is horribly fucking. Wow, it's a lot of footage, boy. They had nanny cams. Yeah, 10,000 hours. Is that 2 sliding doors? Said 2 sliding doors. Okay. So there they are right there. One probably goes into like a living area, and this one probably, I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe even 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, with the pony wall. And it looks to me like it has 2 sliders. Is that what you see as well?
Yeah. Oh, I thought I watched
Okay,
it.
so with a home this size, and I think most people will agree with me, the master
I
bedroom,
like
the
heavier
master
music than
suite,
Corn, though.
is going to be off of this patio. Okay.
Correct. Because she
The
says in
master
her
suite.
journals, she goes,
She said it. She said that's the master
she
suite.
sits outside. Remember,
Okay.
On the patio to
on
read.
the patio to write in her journals.
Okay. So if this is the point of entry, think about that. Now, we have some significant reason to believe if Nancy was in the house at the time that whoever came in broke in through one of those sliders. Think about that. Think about how Nancy was awakened and just the terror that she must have felt with someone coming in one of those doors with a
That'd be
stocking
scary,
cap
y'all.
and dressed the way at least the person in the front was. So I just wanted to make that point. So as you mentioned earlier, that pony wall is just very small. Anybody can leap over that, climb over that very easily. And then who knows, maybe she left a slider partially open or something to get some fresh air into the room and that kind of thing. It doesn't look like there's any significant forced entry, but at this with this view that we have, we really can't tell because as you and I know, Chris, it doesn't take much to open a slider. You can do it with a simple screwdriver in most cases, and we're not going to be able to see it from this vantage.
Sure can. You can get in my door right. It's going to damage it, but you can get in it, and it'll pop right open. But you're going to damage it. But a screwdriver gets you right in. That's why you got to have a bar going across your slider. That's why you got to have a stick at the bottom of it. Yeah, I got a bar across mine. Yeah, anybody can slide. Yeah, they're way easier to open, Hummingbird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like he said, a screwdriver will pop you right in there. But they don't know if they entered in the front door. He just ripped the camera down. They may have took her out that way. But why not just take her out where you had her? Yeah, it's good to have a bar and boards. Yeah, it can be never safe than rather safe than sorry at all times. I got a bar going across mine. Like that could be the point of entry. If she was asleep, if Cam's on top of the house, it's supposedly destroyed and in the dark. He must have came through and scoped it out. He definitely came through and scoped it out. If this is a targeted kidnapping, they did their homework. They did. Because, I mean, they got the FBI shook. As far as we know, they got the FBI shook.
Point. So it doesn't mean that there's a broken.
This is one of them cases that you might not ever solve. She may be never found, and you may never find the culprit. Think about that one as a family member of her. I had a bird when I was young.
And window or
I
broken
didn't
glass
like
out of
having
one of the
birds.
sliders. It can be popped open very easily. And if she did have it cracked open,
Could be,
I have a
Monica.
slider in my bedroom and I crack it open all the time, especially when it's warm out. And we know even this time of year it can be very warm in the Tucson area. So
Hell,
that
I
could have,
got something on my screen too. You can't even just pull my screen open. I got 2 hooks on it too.
happened that way. I
I
just wanted to
even
point out and get people to think about perhaps what Nancy was going through if she were in fact taken from her bed, as we think now based on recent
Man.
comments.
Hello, Lily.
So that's just the point I wanted to make.
It's an interesting point too, because now it's got me thinking, okay, if
Yeah.
they came in through the slider into her bedroom, her hearing aids are off, she didn't hear anything until she did. We don't know what happened in the bedroom, and then she's taken out the front door.
Dude, you could, if she's got hearing aids and she removed them for the night, you could pop that sliding door open and be in the house before she even hears it. If you've done your practice with one, they're easy, bro. All you gotta do is get the screwdriver in there, slide it up till you find out where the lock is. You pop that in right there, and it'll pop right open. They're easier to do than a door with a credit card. Yeah, I'm baffled by the 40 minutes. Maybe they wanted in that safe. Did we think that? She has a safe, they said. Maybe they wanted in that safe and she wouldn't get in it. They said, okay, well, we're going to take you. What's up, Cuddy? Love you, brother. What if they was going to get in that safe and she said no? And they said, okay, well, we're going to take you then. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Any house can be broken into. I mean, you could have 30 locks on your door. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm still going to be able to kick it off the hinges. That's just how it is. I mean, those locks are there for our peace of mind. And people that break in your homes are usually people that already know you. They know how to get in, know when you're going to be home 90% of the time. That's why I believe somebody did this knows exactly what's going on with Annie.
Clearly, because it would have been easier for a car to pull right up and put her in, right? I mean, if she was to go back out, if they were to have taken her back out through the patio door over the pony wall, and there's a lot of brush, trees around there, it would have complicated things for the perp.
Yeah, we would have had much more.
So that's the case how she went out the front. Ah, man, I hope she had indoor fucking cameras that they didn't know about. I hope. But usually people put the cameras out right out in the open. My homie's got one in a fucking teddy bear. I told him, I don't even know where else you got him. You got him in that fucking teddy bear sitting on a shelf. Got a camera in it. He's crazy as hell. He's got fucking pot growing in his fucking spare bedroom. He grows pot. He's funnier as shit.
Evidence of that. Yeah. The evidence, but what we do know, what we can say and solidify this as a fact is the blood. It is her blood. It's DNA, certified. It belongs to Nancy Guthrie. So that tells us a ton of information. It tells us,
Church is going through it, man. I hope Upchurch the best. I do. But I hate to say it. I've become less of an Upchurch fan in the last 3 years than I ever was. I hope he gets it together, whatever he's got going on. Looks to me like he's got an Adderall problem. And he don't think it's a problem because he's prescribed them probably. That's when you're doing the worst then. You just now became a member? Well, hey there. Make sure you email me. That way you can have our Discord link.
Obviously, she is injured.
You do that.
Now, how that...
Make sure you email me and you get a Discord link. Because you be good in the Discord, Nana and Papa. Y'all love it. All members get a member-only Discord link. Make sure you email me if you're a member. and you haven't got that Discord link yet. Thank you for jumping aboard, Nana and Pappy.
Right now, 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 right now.
All right. I think it's time. I think it's time I make a new drop video for the people that donate. I've been running that right now for about 3 years now, and I think it's time I change it up, man. I think it's time I make a new one. Yep. I said when I got well, I'll start putting more time into this channel. Look how many shorts I dropped in the last 2 days. Boom.
We'll just, we could speculate for a month and a half. Okay.
We're on
And that's
Facebook
not
too.
important
Make
right
sure you
now.
hit us
What's
up.
important is we
all
know at
platforms.
the time of an assault somewhere, she is injured. We don't know if it's, a life-threatening injury. We don't know if it's actually she's deceased. We don't know that. Okay. But we definitely know there's evidence of this injury. Now, I would submit inside of that house, that is why the homicide guys were called out, because that's only a small amount of blood out on the porch. Okay. There has to be much more, some type of evidentiary fluids inside of that house that has caused them such concern. And we said this in the very beginning of this thing when it went down, when the sheriff was talking about that initially. My question was,
So here's the deal. If there's that much blood on the porch, you could see at that one spot there was a lot of dripping, right? It looked like splatter almost. There's got to be blood in the house. Where's the blood in the house? Where she was laying? Where they took her to? Was it by the safe? What was in the safe? Was Nancy targeted because of Savannah? They said she interviewed 2 different Epstein victims, and they didn't even come out. They haven't even been released yet. Well, there has to be. I mean, they didn't just make her bleed outside, I'm sure. It must be coming from somewhere, right? A trail of it from somewhere.
He had made a comment about, well, we sent that off, and we have others that we believe we can put into CODIS.
But I think she would clean it up.
That tells me and told us collectively that, okay, there's more going on here. There was a big struggle. Something happened inside that house where there's additional DNA. Now that DNA has come forward, and there's a question of whether or not, it can be separated, because it sounds like
they had her in a tarp thing.
It's a mixed DNA sample.
Right. Which now can be only a couple of things.
It might be right.
Saliva,
I said that real early, but you might be right.
Pointed out a DNA expert from the bite,
that
the
could
camera
be very well
or the flashlight. It could be from the gloves. It could be, fluids from an assault of sort, maybe an SA or something to that effect.
Don't say that.
Forbid, that's like
no, Lord, yeah, we ain't even gonna talk. We're not even gonna bring that up.
Be, from a fight where she got a couple of scratches in, and the skin or anything. I mean, it could be 1,000 things, or it could be on sheets. It could be on the pillows. It could be on the floor. There's a lot of could be's in this thing.
We saw in one of the photos of Nancy and Savannah, I think taken from the Today Show set, that Nancy had significant, I'll call it bruising. I'm not sure what the medical term would be, in her arm. I believe it was her left arm.
Yeah.
And so that would tell me that she bleeds very easily. So it could very easily be a defensive wound sustained in the initial assault if she was dragged out of bed. Even something as simple as grabbing her arm and twisting the skin could have caused that to bleed.
I mean,
so
killed her in the
it could be that simple. I agree with you on the SA, and as unfortunate as that might be,
it does.
I think that is.
Yeah, the blood goes out. So they pulled the car up in there. That's the reason for taking down the ring camera. They probably didn't even need the ring camera down, but they needed it down to get her out of there, because they couldn't have carried her over that wall, right? It don't make no sense to throw a woman, drag her from the outside around. No, you pull up, throw her in that motherfucker and go. Let's just hope, Chris. I'm keeping hope, man. I'll tell you what, when I lose, I'm gonna keep this in the back burner and talk about it every now and then, bring it up, because it's gonna turn into a cold case probably. It really is. The only reason why I'm still trying to cover it is because I still got a little bit of hope that they're lying to us. They're holding information that's really, really good, and they're not telling us it. What's up, Hillbilly?
Still in play as far as we're concerned until we learn otherwise, but that could be the mixture of fluids as well.
Yeah. And so then we step back for a minute and we
Here's
hear
going back to work, baby.
Plea from
Here's going back
Savannah,
to work,
which was, she released it Tuesday on her Instagram, just 2 days ago.
So
yeah, my
let's
heart
listen
breaks
to this
too,
for a
baby girl.
second, everyone. I know you've heard it 100 times over the last couple of days, but I want to make a couple of observations here. And Karen came up with a really good observation. Hang on, let me press play.
It is day 24 since our mom
Hang on, I know.
was taken in the dark of night from her bed.
Okay, hang on for a
Yeah,
second.
they just need to find
And
her,
every
recover
hour
her.
and minute and second
Sorry,
and every
pull it
long.
back down.
Yeah, recover her at least. I don't know that,
We
Julia.
keep.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I think it was closed. Whoever did it closed it, so they didn't. Maybe they closed it so they didn't alert people. Weren't alerted. They might have thought that nobody's going to find out for a minute, and they didn't. It took them all day. I hope they got more clues than what we've got, because I'm still wondering. I do believe that there's more than one. I say two. Two could have got the job done pretty easy. Two could have carried her out of there easy. Maybe they thought they were breaking in somewhere and that she did wake up. But why? I don't know. I think this was a kidnapping, man. I'm not even going to waver from that.
Sorry about that. I got to go into my audio here.
That's okay. We can wait.
Well, I don't know why that is doing this.
We can also paraphrase too if we.
Well, it's not going to work right now. We'll fix it. But so
Okay.
just go ahead and paraphrase what she was saying.
Okay. Obviously, the
Sorry, I
first thing
said a
that
little
jumped
weird.
out to everybody when for this video that Savannah released was she revealed that her mom was taken from her bed. And that was really interesting because the sheriff had said that early on, and then he ended up walking it back, if you guys remember. So obviously, yeah, that was correct information. And again, Bob, it just goes to, we can't even imagine how terrifying this must have been for Nancy. This 85-year-old woman, asleep in her bed. We know she uses powerful hearing aids and, could have been fast asleep. And then, oh my gosh, all of a sudden the guy on the porch with the mask and everything that, with the gun, this masked man ends up in her bedroom.
Sounds good, Bill Billy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that would be terrifying to anyone being awakened at 2 a.m. or thereabouts and having somebody come in and literally rip you out of bed. So how do the investigators come to the conclusion that she was taken from her bed? Well, obviously, if the bed is unmade and looks like it had been recently slept in or occupied, that's a clue. But clothing, maybe even her toothbrush still being wet in the bathroom and things like that would be a good indicator for them, for the detectives, as to whether or not she was, removed from the bedroom. There were a bunch of questions about that and in the comments. So that would be one way.
And don't you think that the sheriff was holding it back a little on the overprotective side? I don't know what else to call it. Because he's thinking clearly, oh, we're going to hold on to information that only the suspect knows, only the perpetrator of this would know. We don't want to release it. Something like that actually speaks to the horrific nature of this crime. And I totally disagree when authorities downplay the severity of the horrific crime. We saw this in the Koberger case. I don't get into it, but to lessen what these victims go through is disgusting to me. And you're not revealing or screwing up your investigation by revealing the horror that the victims went through. So
yeah, the Koberger case, as you well know, is a good example of that. There were reports and some video and still photos of blood actually visible on the outside of the Koberger house. So you can you don't have to be a detective to understand that was a very horrific scene in there. And now, of course, we've seen some video of it. So
well, and even downplaying again. I don't want to mix cases here, but even downplaying how many times the college students were stabbed, again, doesn't give away the crime scene, doesn't give away intimate knowledge that you're going to need to pursue the perp. But what it does is it lessens the crime, and it's a fault.
At least from the top, the message that they're getting out, the FBI is
doing nothing.
Clammed up. Well, actually, they haven't said really hardly anything, but that's the norm for them. And so when the sheriff, as you said, comes out and says something totally opposite from what we just saw on TV, it does erode their credibility even more.
He's a clown. Nanos is a clown,
Are we ready to talk about the folks that were there at the home yesterday?
No, you should finish your, yes, almost.
Yeah, I thought. Let's finish with, I was hoping Chris could get Savannah's video, but okay. We've all seen it. You guys can go.
Shout out to my homegirl from the Shy. Love from your aggressive angels. Hit me with $15. That go towards the goal. Add one to that, baby. AD gets to go back to work on Tuesday, y'all. Tuesday. Yeah, boy. I'm ready. I feel like I can hang. Even if I do kind of slack a little bit, you know what I mean? I feel like I can hang. I feel like I'm ready.
I'll watch it again. She released it Tuesday on Instagram. Anyway, so in her statement, in her what she came out with her video, she mentions her sister, which I thought was very interesting.
He is a clown.
Since, in my opinion, didn't feel like there was any other reason to mention her sister, but she was talking about hope, having hope that their mom may still be alive. But then she said,
Indian.
But if she's not, we want to get her back to celebrate her life.
It's going to be rough, I'm sure. But
and then, of course, the big news, Savannah revealed a family reward of $1 million. And now what's interesting, they had reported, there's some reports out there.
Yeah, if I'm her, I'm paying $1 million just to get my mama's body back, y'all. Somebody just come clean. She said that can be paid in cash. And we don't need to know who you are. It can be paid in cash. Somebody's going to take that. If it was more than one person, I would start offing all the other people that did it with me. I would. I start capping them down. Ain't no way y'all are telling on me for $1 million. Pow! Pow! I blast both of them. I'm just being honest, man. I'm thinking with a criminal mind over here. You put up $1 million reward for the fucking crime we just did with each other? Nah, I'm offing y'all. If I got the gun, I got the juice. Y'all seen the movie? If I got the gun, I got the juice. I'm going to pop his ass. Pop, pop, thank you. Pop, pop, thank you. But I don't need y'all no more. Thank you, Lily Haley. Y'all riders, man. No, thank you guys for fucking riding with me. Rats end up in the river, though. Not with $1 million, they don't. Nobody's going to come find them where they could move to. Yeah, Twisted, I was starting to feel miserable, buddy. There's only so much I can do. You know what I mean? My house is fucking spotless. I'm now cleaning things that don't even need to be cleaned. I cleaned up this whole area. I had like 6 cords up here tangled and everything that I didn't even fucking need. So I started pulling the cords out, getting my cord management okay. I had shit everywhere. I was like, yeah, I'm just got bored, bro.
That the family had initially wanted to offer a large reward right up front. Apparently, authorities counseled them not to do it.
I'm going
I
back
guess
to
it was
work now.
going to bring out tons of
Sick under
perhaps
my
fake
house.
or useless
Clean for
tips,
you?
which would only make the work of law enforcement that much more challenging.
Which it would have.
Which it would have. Okay. But then I thought this part of Savannah's video was really interesting. We want to get your take, Bob. So it's very emotional. It's gut wrenching to watch her. I mean, your heart just aches and breaks for her and what the family's going through. She says, every day we are worrying about her, Nancy, fearing for her, aching for her, and missing her.
Aching
and
her.
then she says, hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope.
Facts,
But
Pringles.
again, they know that she may be deceased. And then Savannah says, we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. And that's where she says, we're offering a reward of up to $1 million for any information that can lead to her recovery. Someone knows
Yes,
something.
y'all.
So I was, after I heard that, I mentioned to Chris, I said, what I didn't hear, I thought was interesting. I didn't hear her say, we don't know what happened to her. Now, it may just be nothing. And maybe in Savannah's mind, by coming out and saying, we need to know where she is, maybe that's the same thing. But the specific wording I thought was really interesting. I would have assumed that she would have said, we don't know what happened to her, and we need to find out. In addition to obviously,
you really like my freezer, don't you? She's tripping that everything in my freezer was organized. Earth Angel came to my house and visited me, right? Brought me a bunch of food to get through. And like she thinks he's bugged out about the fridge, my freezer. Like I'm clean, man. You know? Everything is away. Everything is away. My place looks way different now, Earth. You should see it now. You should see it now. I did some upgrades. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. Yeah. Now I'm gonna start putting skulls everywhere. Like statues and or wall decor. I'm getting it together. You love my freezer? What's up, Sassy?
Finding her and bringing her home, whatever form that takes. What's your thought, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. I obviously she is trying to draw somebody out or some persons out with the $1 million reward. But let's remember, it's actually a little bit more than $1 million. It's 1.2 million because that $200,000 is still in play. So it's a $1.2 million reward if you put them both together. She wanted to release it earlier. We know that now, as you said. And so now I think she's gotten the blessing of the FBI because clearly to me, they're controlling that. They're controlling these video pleas. And I think they probably urged her to put that out now. I think they perhaps are trying to draw people out, co-conspirators, if there are any. And I believe that there are. As I've said on the show before, I think there could be 2 to 5 people involved in this. And so I think that's what they're trying to do. Money is a great motivator, as we all know. And if they
$1 million sounds good.
If the suspects, the outstanding suspects, if there are any, see this, it would be
if somebody knows outside of this, man, dude, what do you do when they're offering $1 million and somebody else knows about this? Like maybe your girlfriend, you couldn't hold it in. Hey, I got this chick, I need to get rid of her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Some people I've learned lately don't have a conscience. So they don't think about the things that they do. They don't think about if it can harm someone, if it's going to hurt yourself, hurt anyone else. They don't care. They just don't have a conscience. And it's evil. You want to see my freezer? It's not that great now. I still got shit everywhere in it now. Earth dropped off a lot of food, man. She thought I was going to be down for weeks, I think. But I wasn't. I didn't know what to expect. But as I was getting towards the surgery and I kept hearing the doctor say, like, it's going to be a little easier than you think. Most people get right through it. And I did. I got right through that shit. I was ready to go home first night. As soon as I woke up out of fucking surgery, I was like, let's go home. I feel fucking great. Let's go. He was like, no, we got to keep you one night. I was like, oh. Every time I tried to get out, each doctor that came up, I tried to get out. Then I got found out. No, they're not going to let me out. I'll show my freezer when I get all the shit out of there.
Good reason for one to turn on the other and to turn on perhaps the whole group.
I mean, it's just a compliment as to the rest of the place. I mean, I keep my place pretty fucking clean. Like I do. Like, I'm not one of them fucking dudes where you're going to walk in and see piss stains all over the fucking toilet and shit. No way, Jose. Not saying I don't spray the toilet. I just said I'm pretty meticulous about cleaning that motherfucker. For real, for real. Gotta have a clean house, man. Like, people come over and you're like, ugh. Nah, I gotta have a clean place.
So it could be a plea for anyone to get the first bite of the apple, if you will, and
I
to
wish
get
I
this
knew
to
who did
really
it.
blow up so that they
If
can
I
get
had
all
any
of the
clues, I'd be
co-conspirators.
going,
I do believe that they have suspects in mind and that they're going forward, and this was part of their strategy in getting all of them. That's what I believe.
what's up, Gertie?
That makes perfect sense. And of course, they're not going to share any of that with us, and nor should they. They have a big investigation to keep plowing through with.
Right.
And here's a picture with the slider open.
When was that taken? If
A
you
lot
know?
of money.
It just says, I don't know, somebody just took it when probably they took.
That's where they got in right there. There's your point of entry right there. That ain't hard to figure out. Yeah, this ain't hard to figure out. He went in that way. He didn't even care to close the door. He ain't even there to close the door, man. Wonder why they didn't close the door. So creepy, dude. The boogeyman. The freaking boogeyman. Just got a bird bath out there. Nice little spot, y'all.
With the drone.
Wait, from
I'm on
yesterday,
purpose
from Wednesday,
now.
when the
Or
feds
I'm on
and
big
I think at
black
least one
purpose.
Pima County homicide detective were back at Nancy's house. Is that correct?
Right.
I just want to be clear what we're looking at.
Yeah, interesting. So somebody pointed out in the comments that it's not two sliders on the patio. It's a slider and a window. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't
I'm
have
not sure.
Yeah, I don't have that drone footage, but
That's good. If we
I
can
have
put that
this.
up.
So we talked about this the other day, where the point of entry, the
An
sheriff has been
interview
real quiet
room,
about
y'all.
this. And if you'll notice in this particular video that I'm going to play here, that let's talk about the people that came by yesterday, Bob. What's your
There's the
opinion?
interview rooms channel.
So when I first saw this yesterday, I
check
think it was
them
about
out, y'all.
mid-morning or so, then all of the talking heads on the news said
Please make sure you go over there, give them a subscribe. This couple does it good, y'all. They like she used to be I guess a private investigator herself. What's up, Cuddle? She's gonna steal my cat. Why would you hurt me like that, Cuddle? If you steal my kitty, I will be hurt. I will be lost.
the investigators were back at the scene. Well, that's only partially true, in my opinion. When I saw the video of the cluster of people walking up the driveway, I saw a woman in high heels and a skirt. It was business attire. I saw a gentleman in a business suit, and followed by
Richard
three,
Ramirez.
what I believe are investigators, probably both from the FBI and from Pima County Sheriff. In my opinion, the two lead people that I just described, the female in the high heels and the man in the business suit, are prosecutors. And more specifically, I think they're from the U.S. Attorney's Office. And I think it's highly possible that not only were they there to do a scene visit, as they should. Every prosecutor, in my opinion, should go to a scene like this if they're going to be charged with prosecuting the case. And I think that that's what these two were doing. They paid particular emphasis to the front porch area where the blood was, where we saw the video of the suspect, and as we see in the photo here, to that back patio area where the pony wall is. So I think that's significant. And I also think that they're doing it now because they're charging full steam ahead in this case. That's what I believe. Now, I also realize that
too, bud, but I don't
turn the house back over to the Guthrie.
I don't believe that. I don't. I wish I could believe that too, but I don't. This damn thing. I wish I could believe that. But I can't. I don't believe that right now. I don't believe they're full steam ahead. They're not kicking ass doing nothing. They're not even positioned there anymore. They're in Phoenix, an hour away.
Family, and they're probably going to have a professional company come in and do some crime scene cleanup. So so this would, of course, preclude them from seeing the full crime scene if they had done it after the cleanup. So I think that's another reason why they're there. But I just, the way this case is going and how close the FBI is holding their cards to the vest, I do believe that this thing is going forward and moving rapidly in the right direction. And I think we're going to see significant movement on it real soon. So it's just speculation, of course, but that's how I feel about the case at this point.
Yeah, I think that everybody saw.
Dahmer was beat to death in jail. They shoved broomsticks up his ass. That's crazy. That's what killed him. That's what killed him, y'all. They were doing Dahmer dirty. Those people don't live in prison, guys. What's up, Chris Cross? These kind of people don't live. You can't take a woman and do crazy shit to her, go to prison and think you're going to have any kind of fucking pull or anything. They're going to slay your ass. Because these kind of crimes, they're not worthy. They're not worthy. They're not worthy. They get fucked up. Look what Dahmer get. They shoved fucking. They shoved broomsticks up his ass, and that's what killed him. So imagine how far that went. Like, ooh. Yeah, I think law enforcement's been telling us at least a couple fibs, and I definitely believe they're holding information now. Because there should be more of this, more information dropped. Like, this is what they need help with.
The vehicle pull in, the back.
Not everything they have.
Door came down, and there could only be a couple of reasons.
No, I'm really love women. Still got messed up.
So you have to have permission to go in that house. A, B, if the garage door came down, my first inclination was they brought maybe Savannah back to the house to have her do a walkthrough of what appears out of place. Because she's so high profile, they kept her in those tinted windows. And when they brought her into the garage and closed it down, that's a classic security move. Notice nobody saw her.
That's what went around was the broomstick. Yeah.
So that means there was a high priority that still goes to get around somebody into that house, close that garage, and nobody knew who that person was. Okay. Now, we don't also know if it's not somebody connected to the crime and they're trying to roll him.
Bet Florida.
They could have him in there. I mean, I've done many reenactments where I've taken the suspect back to the crime scene and said, okay, what did you do? Show me. And they start pointing out things that you had no idea. and because you missed it. And they go, well, you got that wrong because I was actually over here. And now all of a sudden, you have more information. If it was Savannah, well, Savannah just did a show a few months ago with her mom. She was at her family home, and she would be able to potentially remember what things were out of place or what looks right, what doesn't look right. And because she's going back to New York, this was a time-sensitive situation. They wanted to probably, and this is, just a thought. I'm not saying this is what happened. Again, somebody asked me my opinion. I'm giving my opinion. Okay. I would want, as a case agent, to say, let's get Savannah, take her over to the house and have her point out things, what seems natural, i.e. her mom's lived there for 50 years, and what are things that seem, DLR, doesn't look right. What are out of place? What's out of place? That's one possibility. The other possibility is they had other people inside that SUV that Bob is talking about.
I want them to find this woman, man. At least find her.
Because, they're going to move this thing towards a grand jury.
Issues. Oh, yeah.
Or if it's a state prosecutor, they'll still go to a grand jury, but it'll be a state grand jury, not a federal grand jury.
Ted Bundy did.
And they'll present the same type of evidence. I'm not convinced yet, personally, that the U.S. attorney is going to take this over.
Serial killer.
Because, again, if it comes down to a homicide case, that's state jurisdiction. I think the sheriff is going to maintain that jurisdiction from the very single night he said, I brought my homicide guy out here.
If you're on general population, you can get to any inmate you want.
I just know that
it's just these days, my state is one that I know for sure. They put the chomos somewhere else. Yeah, they stick all sex offenders go to a whole different prison. They got a prison built just for them. Well, it's not built for them, but that's where they're housing them. Yep. I remember back right when I first started doing time, chomos were allowed to be on the block with you. And it ended like a year into doing my time because the Aryan Brotherhood, there was a man that killed a little girl. And I guess he did sexual shit to her and all this. And her name was Kylie. No, her name was Katie. Yeah, Katie. Her name was Katie. And I guess he did a bunch of sexual shit to her and killed her. The Aryan Brotherhood at Wabash held this dude down after beating him severely and wrote Katie's Revenge tattooed across his forehead. It was serious. Like, it was buried in there, bro. They inked him hard. Like, he tattooed up. And after that, they started sending him to a whole different prison. That's a fact. Yeah, they tore his ass up. It was a deep, nasty tattoo. Yup, they were at Wabash, the people that did it. I was at Bunker Hill. I was at Bunker Hill when it first opened. I was like one of the first 300 inmates there. It was fire. So fire. It ain't no more.
It's a fight to the podium. And yes, he made some mistakes, but that doesn't mean his guys have. Okay, behind the scenes. And if his guys got a solid case and they're walking with the DAs from the Pima County District Attorney's Office versus the federal prosecutors, it could be either or.
They're in jail.
It could be actually both, like Bob's talking about. It could be both. You have one from the DA's office and one from the federal U.S. Attorney's Office.
You got to chop their balls off.
They're probably working in conjunction.
Yeah,
take the prostate out.
I think the prosecutors are probably guiding much of this going forward now, particularly since we saw them, the U.S. attorneys at the House yesterday. So they're going to get together.
How much
there could be some feuding there, but I doubt it. I think the attorneys, the prosecutors will sit down. They'll have probably more than one meeting on this issue. They'll discuss it and they'll decide what's best for the victims in the case. That meaning the Guthrie family, of course, Nancy, and how best to prosecute this, whether it's federal or state. Now, I've said this before, and I think others have said this as well. Really, the state prosecutors are going.
Here's my problem with it. Well, the problem is I've done 6 years. I've given these people 8 years of my life. So like, the problem is like, you understand what prison was an easy time. I had an easy time when I went to Bunker Hill, and I was a level 3 there. I was on level 3, and it was so easy. It was 2-man cells. So we had our own room, TVs in them. You could have a hot pot, you know what I mean, that boils water. You could have fans. It was it was like nothing else because I had just come off of a dorm where there's 80 people in one room. It was my fault. Well, of course.
To have the most experience in their office to prosecute. If this is a homicide, they are going to be the most experienced in doing that. And that's not to diminish the U.S. Attorney's Office by any means. But they don't typically prosecute homicide cases. Those are usually prosecuted at the state level. And so therefore you have the more experienced prosecutors at the state level. So I would agree with you, Chris. We talked about this a little bit off camera yesterday. I think it's likely that if it does go federal, that we'll have a Pima County prosecutor, perhaps even 2 on the prosecution team, and that they will sit as co-counsel in any trial or any court proceeding going forward. So I think that's a good likelihood.
Yeah, and so one of the things I want to point out for the audience is this: in this picture here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 people. All right, the 2 inside, the gal, that could be an FBI badge on her right hip there. I'm not positive.
You're on there because that dude jumped that wall and got in that patio. I bet you that was the point of entry. Yeah, it's a 3 and a 4 now, and then they got a 2-yard and a 1-yard. You're a fucking idiot. Sure
it may have a Pima County.
I can see you're a dummy. I did it, man. Of course, I was in prison. You fucking retard.
Probably the
dumbass.
It's going to be the DA's office.
Obviously, right?
The U.S. Attorney's Office.
And let's just be clear because people can't see your cursor. He's to the right. It looks like a gray suit, white shirt, sunglasses. He's on the other side of the pony wall.
Yeah, I stand on the outside there.
Yeah, and so this pony wall is real simple to jump over. I mean, it would take less than a second for a guy dressed up and the way that guy was the other day, on the video. Okay, less than a second. What's interesting is I want you to watch. She's the female is giving a debriefing.
They'll get about 2, and then they'll get blocked.
Telling this guy here inside to the left of her. Okay, this guy right here. If you can see my cursor moving now, she starts debriefing him. He does not want to contaminate the crime scene, so he stays outside of.
No, I pleaded guilty.
That's what attorneys do.
Found guilty.
Okay, they don't want to just jump over there until they know that all clear. Okay, so he's going to walk around. So let's watch.
Found guilty. The guy in the khakis and the blue shirt.
I think he's an evidence guy because his hands are both of his hands are in his pocket. And any good Marine knows you don't keep your hands in your pocket. Okay?
Found guilty.
It's a joke. Okay.
No, I admitted it.
But evidence folks are notorious for walking crime scenes with their hands
over here with your dumb ass.
No.
I will play with you, and then you just get
huge beard.
Blocked.
Okay.
Just get blocked.
Watch her. She is talking
you
to
can't
that
really
guy. He's asking questions by pointing.
I'm never doing time.
And she's giving the answer. So she knows this crime scene like the back of her hand.
Good for crisscross.
What are
you shouldn't do time, dumbass.
Message or pictures. You see, now she's going to see, she's pointing out things and he's looking down. Notice they're both looking down.
I know you're playing. Okay? That's why I'm playing too.
They're not looking at anything other than the ground. Why do we look at the ground, Bob?
Well, there's some evidence down on that patio, so they're looking at something there.
They've literally something somewhere in
like 25 years ago.
Okay, and she's pointing it out. They're both looking down at it. Everybody can clearly see that. Okay, and now she's talking to him about what we usually do. What's your thoughts? What are your theories? What are you thinking? And it's kind of an open discussion.
What do you want?
They're going to go somewhere. And notice the DA had moved himself, and he's now over behind this bush, and he's also communicating with them because she turns to talk to him. See him right there with his hands moving?
He can play a little bit. I don't mind.
Talking to her as she's walking.
He didn't get disrespectful. Or she didn't get disrespectful, either one.
Now they're going into the slider on the patio, which is going to go into what I believe is going to be Nancy Guthrie's bedroom.
Does the woman look like she's got evidence glove in her back pocket?
Nancy Guthrie bedroom. So imagine somebody coming through your freaking door when you're asleep. I had somebody come in my door last year when I first moved into my apartment. I had lived here about a month, and I left my front door open. And what do you know? Some drunk dude comes in my fucking room, comes through my door and in my fucking bedroom. And I wake up because I hear somebody talking. And at first I thought I was dreaming. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hey, bro, you're in the wrong fucking house, bro. Get the fuck out of my house. And then he drew his gun and he put it down by his side. And he's like, huh? What? I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong house, bro. You've been drinking, bro. You've been in the wrong house. He was like, am I in the wrong house? And he started walking in through back to the front door. And right when he got to where it was open, I shoved him out. I shoved him. Boom! I shoved him, slammed the door and locked it and moved out of the way in case he started shooting. He started I wasn't going to call the police on him. I was like, dude, just get out. You're in the wrong house. But the idiot thought he was really in the right house. He started trying to put keys in the door. He was knocking, man, let me in my house, man. Let me in. He's putting all kinds of keys in my door. I'm like, dude, you're going to fuck my door up. So I called the cops on his bitch ass. Sure did. Can't do that to my home, dog. It was freaky, though. Bet I don't leave that door open no more.
I can't tell. Okay. But
it's irrelevant.
The scene's been processed by this point. I mean, gloves
He literally lived the next building down. And the man thought he was in the right, because his apartment is right where mine was. All that shit. Someone reached in my window and unlocked my door. Really? I had somebody back when I was young. I had a house in the hood, and I went outside one day and I noticed that somebody had cut my screen perfectly. So I put up fucking cameras immediately. I was young. I still had cameras.
Irrelevant at this.
I had the old system though.
No, I know. I'm just, to get them ready to put them on so she doesn't want to disturb the scene.
Yeah, this is the best view I've seen of the patio, and it is 2 sliders. It's not a window on a slider. It is 2 sliders.
It is 2 sliders. That's a
and
big
we can go
one.
back. I'll show it one more time here. Yeah, you can clearly see those.
Right,
those are 2 sliding doors.
Right.
And so
that's the crime reason right there.
I would submit the only reason they go into this room and not the other one is because there's something in this particular point of entry that has caused them to go to the patio and observe evidence on the patio, and now they're going back into the house. And this is 13 years in homicide speaking here.
Ooh.
Okay. You don't just stand on the patio and go, hey, it's a beautiful day out here.
He was drunk.
No, let's go inside through the patio, shall we? And the fact that they're giving an escort, you notice this guy's got both of his hands in his jacket. Okay, the guy behind her, she's been in this thing a lot. So she's probably what we would call the crime scene manager, because that individual is going to give the debriefing about the interior of the house. Okay.
Damn, that's a good video of them going in, man. That's the crime scene, I think.
It's fabric. If you look at the other slider, it's the.
Yeah, the police are needed sometimes for sure. All I could do was try to fucking damage my door and everything. He called me 2 days later. You want to press charges? I'm like, nah, man. She said it was a cop, like a lady cop or whatever, probably detective or whatever. She was like, you want to press charges on him? He was drunk and he literally lives the 1 building down from you. Same 115 and everything, man. I'm like, what?
Those vertical, whatever.
Nah,
so
look at this.
Well, come on. What do we know, guys? Right? If you're going through a door and there's fabric, did they get the perp's DNA? If the perp went through this door, again, we don't know 100%. It's fabric. I wonder what they're getting. And you saw, to Chris's point, the guy with his hands in his pockets.
I think she was hurt,
like his elbow area to push it back. Rewind that.
Yeah,
please.
it's right there. Yeah.
Just rewind it real slow.
You know, not.
Hey, man, I'm too old to be going to jail for sure. For sure. Well, he had the freaking draw on me anyway. That he already had his gun out and everything. I'm in bed. I just start to get up kind of violently because I was like, I'm gonna force him out of my house. And then he pulled that gun out and I kind of laid back down. I was like, hey man, hey, you've been drinking, man. He's like, yeah. I was like, you're in the wrong house. Me, you walked in the wrong house. I left my door open. He's like, really? I shoved his bitch ass out of my house too. It was weird. I thought I was dreaming at first.
To be a naysayer on that, on the curtains, Karen, if they think there's DNA on that, I would hope that they would have taken those as evidence by now. But
yeah, good point. But they also left the front door mat, Bob.
Well, you're right. That's right. And they abandoned the house, leaving the blood on the front porch tiles too, which just baffles me. The mat in particular, it's just.
And I missed that too. Does she have?
Why didn't they take the mat? Like they left the doormat where she come out and probably bled all over. He's stepping in it. She's stepping in it probably. You could have got a footprint out of that shit. You could have, like, if there was blood there, you could have maybe got a fucking shoe print out of the blood. Why didn't they take the mat? That was fucking rookie work right there. And then not only did you not take the mat, you let everybody under God's green earth step all over it. Who does that? Yeah, come on up. You know that blood on the porch? You can step all in it, man.
Blue gloves on. Good catch if you caught it. I'm not seeing them. Maybe I'm missing it. Let's see here. Let me go back further.
Go back and see.
No gloves.
I don't think she has gloves on.
Well, we don't. Her hands are in their pockets.
Yeah, I know, but you'll be able to see them if she. No, she doesn't have gloves.
She doesn't
on.
have gloves.
Yeah.
She does have one or two in her back pocket. You can tell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Black ones. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there's something up with the family. Something.
Okay, so there's something major inside that bedroom. There's going to be blood evidence. I'll guarantee you that it was a major problem in that bedroom if she wasn't already really super injured.
I agree. Yeah.
Sad.
You know,
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, based on what we do know for fact. So that would be the focus, the main focus, crime scene wise, would be the bedroom.
now, the other thing that I caught here on this one is when you come through by that casita over there, where everybody's saying that first picture is from the casita. I didn't know where it was from. And there's a gate.
I ain't doing no more
There's a
time.
gate
I'm a
that you
law
have to come
abiding
in to the backyard. So the entire backyard is
I'm
secured.
15 years without a felony.
Okay. That's important to remember, because now if the suspect was at the front, he has to go around the back, open the gate to get into that backyard.
Yeah, because of the pool, that's probably a requirement that it be fully fenced.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you
you're
got
right.
to.
They've got to navigate a gate in the back, and then if the POE or the point of entry was the slider, they've got to jump over the pony wall and deal with that. So that would tell me even more that she most likely was taken out the front door. And I didn't think that originally, but I do now, seeing that.
Okay. So let's say it's a burglary. Let's just say dude jumps the wall, right? Jumps the wall, busts in her back door. Boom, there she is. She gives up a tussle because she's waking up to a man in her fucking house. She gives up a tussle, and that's where she's hurt. I believe that's the crime scene right there in her bedroom. Nah, there's no HOA here. They fucked this investigation up good. Wow. That's probably your crime scene, though. Because if I wake up out of my sleep and it's masked men, yeah, I'm putting up a fight because nothing's going to go right anyway. You don't have good intentions. You're in my house with masks and shit on. We know you don't have good intentions.
This additional footage and where they're focusing their
This is the same
efforts
guy
on.
now coming out the back door. Okay. That went through the sliding door.
Yeah, that's how he carried her out.
And he's going to go now through the gate. See him reach up, grab it, open it, and there he goes, pulls it open. So again, this goes back to the mystery of when the son and daughter get there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for the suspect to be in the front now, where the front is, and then say, okay, what's the point of entry? Because nobody's talking about it. The sheriff isn't. Well, this seems to be the most logical point of entry into the house. If in fact, this guy's out front already doing his thing. See her pointing down there again, everybody? You just joined us and they're talking about something.
She's definitely
she's
there.
talking to the DA right now on the other side of the pony wall there. And they're talking about the suspect's behavior. I'll guarantee it. Okay, I'll guarantee it. This is not a very...
That's where he went in, I bet you.
Into that back patio, into her room. It's a 4-foot wall. All he has to do is put his hand up on that wall, spring over that wall, and he is in the back patio area.
Yep.
And now he could potentially get into that sliding door right there, and he's in her bedroom.
You know, this property is much bigger than what I initially thought that maybe.
It's beautiful, dude. It's a nice piece of property right here, man. I like that it sits up on a little hill. I mean, like I said the other day, I watched a podcaster said he lived there actually in the Catalina foothills, and they didn't even survey the land or nothing. They just started building houses on the sides of hills and on top of hills and under hills and on the side of hills. Yeah, and these roads are just windy and go here and go there, and they all just lead to houses because they didn't even have roads. They just came in there and started laying fucking roads everywhere. And they're all windy, and they don't have street lights. Hello, James. They don't have street lights. Oh, this person's very dangerous, man. Anybody that takes a human being is fucking dangerous. Let me use the restroom,
And you
guys.
guys thought that too.
That feels so good to say.
I mean, it's a big, beautiful property. And yes, the back is contained, meaning fenced in. But Chris, you said there's 6 points of entry?
Yep.
So my question is, when the sheriff initially said the back door was left wide open, was he talking about the slider into Nancy's bedroom?
Well, Bob, right? We've been asking that for how long, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So we don't know if it's the slider from the pony patio, if you will, or underneath the covered porch area, which I'm assuming would go into a great room, the main living area of the house. So yeah, we don't know. Difficult.
Well, it's easy though. Now, if we think about this, hang on for a minute. Our crazy Jack Russell is
But he's going nuts for
probably
some
after
reason.
a squirrel. We love that.
Sorry, everybody.
He's part of the show, though.
He is, and he's
He takes
always
over the
up
show.
to mischief. Buddy loves and doesn't love when we go on live. He doesn't love that we're both tied up and not paying attention. But he
well, you know, dogs take on the personality of their owner. So
touche.
Touche.
And
What were you gonna say?
I just want to point. This is such a minutia detail, but I'm looking at these beautiful desert succulent plants and the landscaping here. I mean, she would have definitely had. 84 years old, needing to use a cane, not being able to walk more than 50 yards.
Can't hear.
And exactly can't hear. But what I'm thinking is she would have definitely had a landscaper. She may have had like a plant lady just come around and make sure all the things. Now I get it. Before everybody says, "Hey, it's the desert and these are drought tolerant plants." It's yes, but you still have to water a cactus once a month gently. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's a beautiful property. There's a lot of it, and I'm in my head. I'm going, okay, she had to have maybe not a staff, but 4 or 5.
Processed it and released it. They're saying it's part of the investigation. So I'm going to suspect they put an evidence number on it.
Yeah.
And logic would tell you it holds some evidentiary value for the investigation. That's what's interesting.
Yeah.
There's no way they would be holding it this long if it had no evidentiary value. Just no way they would hold it.
Yep. Totally agree.
Annie's car.
Can I go back to the visitors yesterday for just a moment?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
No.
So I said that I believe
I'm not sure how the cops. I think the cops were called because
business attire,
somebody
the business suit, and the woman with the skirt and high heels.
She didn't make it to a church or something.
U.S. attorneys. I believe that for this reason. Yesterday, there were 2 volleys of vehicles that arrived at the house. There were a couple of white vehicles, and then there were 2 or 3 black Suburbans. The white vehicles, if you've noticed, the Pima County Sheriff drive almost exclusively white vehicles. And of course, we know that because we've seen them on camera, but that makes sense because they're in what is normally a pretty hot area, right? They're in the desert. The FBI, however, and many federal law enforcement agencies use black Suburbans. I'm not sure why that is. But as I've mentioned here before, I have worked locally here in Idaho with a federal law enforcement agency, and we drive almost exclusively black Suburbans. So I believe that it was the FBI in the black Suburbans, Pima County investigators, perhaps even a DA in the white vehicles. Those people in the business suits got out of the black vehicles, not the white ones. So I believe that those are assistant U.S. attorneys. So just by way of explanation, that is probably going to be an important thing here, I think, real soon when we hear something definitive, because I'm of the opinion right now that they're going to go federal on this case.
Well, let me ask you this.
I hope so, man.
As of today, Pima County Sheriff's Office is still lead investigation. If that holds true, why would federal U.S. prosecutors need to be at the scene?
Well, because I think it's quite possible that the Pima County DA's office and the U.S. Attorney's office, they've collaborated on this. They've probably had a meeting or meetings, plural, to discuss who's going to take the prosecution in this case. If there ever is any, we don't know for sure that there will be, but I suspect that there will be sooner rather than later. And so the AUSAs would certainly want to visit the scene.
Well, I don't know what else they have, Pringles. Like, I've got a real good feeling that they've got a lot more than what they've told us. I have to believe that. I just think what they've told us is what they've had issues with. Like, who's this person on this camera?
Like we talked about earlier, just like the Pima County prosecutors would be if they were going to take the case. Now, I could be wrong, and they could be Pima County, or prosecutors, but just from my experience within the federal system, I would say that those are assistant U.S. attorneys.
So it sounds like just in case the feds do become lead, these prosecutors are in place and have knowledge and could be ready to go.
Yeah, but see, there's a lead in the investigation, and then there's a lead in the prosecution. So the investigation and the prosecution can be two different things. When I worked on a task force in Wyoming for the Attorney General's office, obviously that is a state agency, but we prosecuted almost all of our drug cases federally.
24 hours.
So we're a state agency doing federal drug or doing state drug work, but we take it to the U.S. Attorney's office for prosecution on almost.
Got a little outside yourself tonight.
That's a good example of that. Now they may do things differently in Arizona. Each federal district does things, the home rule way, and do things a little differently. But they could do them exactly that way that I just described.
Makes sense. Chris, should we take some questions?
Yeah. Let me let's go back to this real fast one more time.
You're not allowed to cuss in my chat. We don't know you.
Here. So he goes through that gate. So we now know that the entire backyard is 100% has gates around it, points of entry into that back house. Okay. We also see the trash there.
I'm out.
So there's also a gate there. You can see it at the top where people have to come from the garage through that gate and throw their trash away. Okay. Which would, make sense in this kind of layout. The casita there, the guest house, et cetera, where the other camera was.
Well, their trash is back here in the thing.
He's going outside.
So they didn't have to go
so now
through the
we
gate.
have a pretty good overview of the back.
Well, I guess you take it out that way.
Thank goodness for drones.
Go sit in the corner.
It was cleared the whole area. If you can look at the front,
Go
at the
sit
top
in the
of the
corner.
screen, you can see like parking. You see I can see the media tents that were set up, but the media was cleared from all that. And then those are, the feds came in. So thank goodness who flew the drones and got the drone footage for us.
Yeah, that shot there really puts it in perspective. That's got to be at least an acre lot.
It's a big.
Maybe somebody knows for sure. I'm sure it's some county records, but it looks to me to be at least an acre.
Big house.
It's a large piece of property.
And what's interesting over here to the far right.
That is a big, big house. What do you guys think? Open layout, probably? Open layout? No, they just kept pressing it. So I had to make them sit in the corner. That's like probably an open layout in the middle. I'm thinking. I don't know what the inside of the house looks like. I don't know how you find out about that. Unless it was like up for sale, you could look at it. They're gathering for Nancy now? Okay. I forgot that JLR was on his way there. Let's catch up.
Please tell y'all me I apologize.
Watch out for the guy walking weird, because perps love to do this. They love to go back to the crime scenes and make fun of their victims. Hold on, Chad. I need to reset. This shit is stupid. Hold on, Chad. Let me reset and get right. This is dumb. How many people's here? You there for 50? Wow. 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 That's a lot, dude. That's a lot of years to be living in one place. They kept that place up because it's beautiful. Damn. Don't tell me I'm that old, man.
Or you guys might be put on the national news. You know what I mean? Because I think the community needs this. I really do. Sandy,
I got a bunch of counts on the mailbox doing light one and set on the
People are signing
I
it.
think it'd be super cool.
Yeah, sweetie. I was actually thinking about it.
You're lighting a candle?
Yeah, they're little battery powered ones. I put a bunch on the mailbox, pulled the tabs, just flip
Yeah,
them
I
on,
would like
and
to put
let
them
them
along
blow
the
overnight.
sign there. I think it's very sweet that you got those today.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yesterday.
Man, they just need to tell her where she is. At this point, just tell us where Nancy is. Let them find the body, man. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get shit from your body, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the dog should be called for himself.
Sad, man. I just pray nothing like this happens to any of our people. Yours, mine. Keep everybody in good prayers because this could happen to anybody.
You guys want to sign it, man? I got Sharpies over there, and then sign it and leave a candle on the ground.
Like if he shows up to this, that'd be freaky, yo. That'd be freaky.
And the media's definitely there.
They did. They got all the YouTubers did it. Good deal. Nice, man. Nice. I wonder when JLR is going to take and head home. I know he's probably thinking about it. How many viewers you got right now? 13. Well, 17. So he's lost half of his people. He was holding a 30 all day long, usually, but
No, what's up? More I'm thinking about it. That's one FX3. Well, it wasn't like that before tariffs.
well, he definitely watches it. Whoever's doing this is watching every move they make because it is publicized. I'm gonna smoke some crisscross, all right, y'all. I'm gonna smoke on that crisscross pack.
I've always had a servo. And that's what I like. So
Smoking on that crisscross pack, y'all.
then yeah, you can get away with it.
That's a radio station or a news station. One, Brandy. I think it's a TV station or a radio station. I'm not sure. I think that's who got the ransom letter. I know it was somebody in Tucson, wasn't it? They spent about $1,000 on that banner. Probably more than that. Wiggity, 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 whack. He probably got that name and don't even know what the fucking shit it means. What's up, Rhonda? How are you? NBC station? Okay. Beautiful. I mean, just why don't they? You can tell her where they are, bro. Like, you could drop a note like you've been doing and say, here's her body. Yeah, they're watching. They're definitely watching. Put them yellow hearts in there for Nancy. Yellow hearts, yellow flowers, man. I don't know her, but I definitely want the good to come out of this. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Rhonda. I've been waiting, boy. I could have took a few more weeks off, but I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude. Well, it just gives me a sense of being able to pay my bills, man. That way, anything I make from this channel, I can start putting 100% of it into the channel again. All the support I can put right back into this channel. We're going to be fire. I'm going to build me a website, start an LLC. It is, Brandy. I'm going to build a website where we can talk how we want to talk. I know this one shocked me, Brandy. I wasn't ready. I'm gonna try to get a little ready next time because I am getting older. I am. I will. I'm gonna milk it till I know I can do 100%. I will. They know it too, but I'll still be there to do work. Excuse me. Y'all rode for me, man. Oh no, Brandy. Lucky I didn't have to file bankruptcy. Some of you guys were very, very gracious to me and helped me out so much. Y'all kept my head above the water, at least. I know that for a fact. And I don't even like using the money you guys give me for myself. I like to put it all back into this channel. I always like upgrading everything. I'm thinking about upgrading my background next. I wanted to put some soundproofing, but like the cave looking shit. Or I was going to do a whiteboard for a while up here so we can have fun with a whiteboard. It's to the point now, Florida, that I just want out of the house. I just want something to go do. And what better way than just to work? What better way than to work? Mama didn't raise no slouch. I don't own my own home either. That's a goal of mine. Fire. Hope, I want some gummies. Hope, I want some gummies. Look at the freezer. I can't believe the lack of police conference, man. The lack of the people that are on this case talking to us. I can't believe the lack of that. But you got the damn sheriff going around to YouTube channels and texting people back on their phones and shit. But you won't speak to the overall people of the public? They don't have shit, I bet. Y'all are funny.
Thank you.
So pretty, man. I want them to catch this son of a bitch, man. Oh, what's up there, 1985? Yeah, I keep myself clean, man. It's kind of easy living by myself, though. It really is. That's outside of a NBC news station. Hello, Nicole. I guess this was organized by the YouTubers and streamers. Yeah, this dude ain't spoke to the public. Like the FBI haven't spoke to the public at all. Right now, the only thing I need to do is get a new bed frame because my cat has destroyed my leather headboard. He's destroyed it. Like, it's freaking destroyed. So I got to get a new bed frame. I'm not getting leather, and I'm not getting cloth either, or any upholstery. It's going to be wood.
Yeah, I think people are getting candles. People are talking about there is bunch over there.
So just a few people showed up on this one, but it's better than nothing. I do. I'll do it when the cameras aren't around.
People are trying to talk about talking.
Yeah, walk around, JLR. We've seen this all day, bro. Walk around. Double-sided tape. My cat hasn't done my furniture. Yeah, he hasn't touched my furniture. He's got one, baby girl. He's got a tower. He uses it, but he loves to come in here and hit that leather. And it's like he grabs it like this, so he likes it. So I'm just gonna fucking get rid of it, throw it out, get a new one, I guess. Seen it a lot, didn't we? This stream is just to shoot the shit, really, y'all. Like I'm just so lost with this case. I'm so lost, y'all. I don't know if there was 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Yeah, he's tore it up. You wouldn't believe what he's done to it. It's fucking ugly. But damn it, I'm gonna get one that's just wood next time. I seen one that's got like a little storage place above your head that you can put stuff. I thought about that, but I don't know. Probably won't scratch that up. It's just wood. Probably not even real wood. Yeah, this is like a vigil, I guess. I guess the YouTubers put this together, but I don't see anything. I just see the sign. I wish he would show us. Let's see if we can find a place where he shows us.
Except me.
Nobody's there. So
gathering.
nobody's there
Anyone wanna
really.
chat?
And then it starts to pick up. I'm so confused with this case. I really don't even know. Like, what happened in the house? Was she hit? Was she killed in the house and then taken out of the house? Maybe that's why they didn't want her to give a ransom. You ever think that? I did. That I didn't think about that. Maybe that's why they didn't want Savannah to give the ransom, because they knew she was probably dead in the house, and they just took her. Man, that's fucking beyond all evil. Is to just off a person, and then not only that be bad enough, but to then take them too. That's evil, y'all. That's on a level that it's on. This is on another level of evilness. I don't even know that that's a word, but this is evil, y'all. Take an old woman right out of her damn bed. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. You think so, 1985? I kind of believe it could happen that way too. Absolutely. I say look at lakes too. Like the largest body of water near her, you may find her. Because I don't know what you do besides put her in the desert then, or bury her. But not many people can bury a 6-foot fucking hole in the desert. She's going to be pretty shallow. I'm just saying you. Like, put her in a bando, I guess. Leave her in a fucking abandoned house. I don't know. I've never kidnapped nobody, nor have I ever. It's never even crossed my mind. You don't think the first ones were ransoms that were sent to the radio stations? You don't think those were real? Then that's why she didn't pay them. Obviously, right? You'd be able to catch those people, really. You should be able to lock in on those guys. Arrest their bitch asses for trying to scam over her. Didn't they arrest one person already? I thought that was what I heard. They didn't arrest anyone? Like, that did the, like, fake ransom? I thought they arrested somebody for a fake ransom. Early on. Early on. I may have just been freaking. Probably be able to identify them. That's a good idea. But why not just kill her at the house, man? You know? You offer right there and leave her right there. You still got a real big chance of not getting caught still. You know what I mean? As long as you know she's gone, leave her there. Taking her is on a whole nother level, though. For real, for real. One arrested for a fake ransom. Okay. I thought one early on was arrested. I mean, I could see them breaking in, forced entry, got the entry in, didn't know she was there. Boom. She fights back. You off her. You kill her. Why take her? Why take her? Leave her right there and you guys bounce. And as long as you did what you did, took the camera off and shit, they'll never know who did it. But instead, they decide to take her. Take her where, though? That's the next question. Take her where? Now, you got to think, are you taking a living person with you or are you taking a dead person with you? Because that changes your mind on where you're going when you leave here. I know. I don't know what's up with that burglar, though. I think he was up there just to rip that camera down. That was his job. And to bring that bag. Or it was the same person that got in, too, you know? You're right. He had a full bag. He came in doing what he wanted to do. And he took her. That's fucking crazy, dude. What do you think? He could have brung in a tarp and they could have rolled her up in the tarp and just took her right out the door. Anything could have happened. I mean, they could have smacked her in the face with the gun and said, hey, get in the fucking car. And it could have been that. But why were they in there for 40 minutes? Man, I hope that her son-in-law doesn't have something to do with it. He's going to get fried, bro. Why do they still have his and her car? Oh, shit. Look at that camera. Fucking beautiful. He's got stacked cameras, it looks like. Yeah. They still have her car, y'all. They still have Annie and Tommaso's vehicle. The one that was dropped her off. What's in there? What's in there? What's in that car that they need it so bad? Has it got some kind of clue in it and they're keeping it to go with something else? That could be something. They may have found a clue in that car and was like, hold on, this may link us to something else. Let's keep it. And they're waiting for something else to link that car.
How you doing, man?
What do you think about that?
I'm here at the banner. I was wondering, would you like me to sign your name on it?
Yeah.
I got you on
And they know the media is talking about this car, and they haven't released it.
Let me put Exploring with Jim.
Take it easy, man. Tell Papa Bear what's up. What's up, Papa Bear? Keep on killing it, man. Night, Nana.
Sorry,
Maybe it had something that really wasn't evidence, but it could end up as evidence, and they don't want it to go back to the family, and they want to make sure that it clears this of this. That very well could be that they're waiting for something else to link up to that car.
I'm sure. I'm gonna drive home tomorrow.
And they better hope it's not blood.
Yep.
One little speckle, they better hope it ain't.
Yeah.
Dude, something ain't right about this. I think it was targeted maybe because of Savannah.
End here. I'm just kind of.
It's coming to an end.
Here, I was over there talking to some media outlet, just talking what's going on.
People are probably going to start going home.
More media here than people. A lot of media.
I've noticed that town really don't give a fuck about Nancy, do they? Like, nobody knows her. Nobody gives a shit. I've noticed that.
Tomorrow.
What's up, Cuddle? Welcome home. See, I would have dinner waiting for you. Had you a bubble bath poured. Candles lit. Bottle of
I want to lay a camera.
Champagne. I'm just kidding.
Candle. I don't do it all with cameras.
I'm that dude though.
I just don't want to do it with all the cameras like flashing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, JLR. See, he tries to duck the media. I love this guy, bro.
I just don't want to be seen on camera doing it.
See, I just don't want to be seen on camera doing anything. That's what's up, y'all. He ducks the mainstream media. He don't want shit to do with them. And I can understand, man, if you're a young, striving journalist and you're really out there in the field like he is. I mean, there's other people that do it like he does. Don't get me wrong. But he's really getting to it, buddy.
It looks like there's more people showing up there. Another group coming down the road with there's some flowers and things. There's another group coming up the road here. Coming down. I got about 10 more minutes.
You'll be here in about 7 hours, 8 hours.
Looks like people are arriving with candles and everything. Big group of people.
Poor old lady, man. Her family's probably, I mean, the ones in Savannah's going through it. You could see. Of course, I'm not kidding. I have to say that for YouTube purposes. I have to keep it professional, Chris. Professionalism. Oh, there's a nice group of people. Good. Have you guys noticed that though? Like her area just don't give a fuck for this, right? They're like, nah, fuck this. We don't want you in our area. Get out. Sorry about Nancy, but go. Like they're not scared that there could be a night stalker in their neighborhood at night. I would be going through all my camera footage to try to find this motherfucker if I lived near the area. All my camera footage. I'd be sucking through it. Find that shit. I'm going to get his ass.
Nope, not tired. I'm gonna be back at it tomorrow.
Yeah, bubble bath, man.
I guess we'll
for
start
sure. You gotta let your baby get a bubble bath.
Some of the media outlets I was just talking to, some of the journalists still here.
Nice glass of champagne on the side of the tub.
Pop up next couple of days, like something really big. Like just have that inkling feeling that something's just gonna jump.
I wish I had that feeling, JLR, but I don't, man. I want to keep covering this because I care about her. We should keep eyes on this. Push it. You know, I can't do much for her, but I can only do this podcast about it. But, you know, it's more than what some people are doing. Hint, hint, police.
Chopper up the sky.
Yeah, the news is sucking this up.
Bring Nancy home. Oh, more people are coming. Trucks and everything. Pretty busy scene out here.
He was about to leave, JLR. He said, I don't want them putting me on camera. They do, too. The mainstream media uses his shit all the time, too. I've seen him credited in all kind of news reports about this. I think Annie's the oldest. Yeah, I think so. Annie's got bread too, man. She's like a Pulitzer Prize winning author or some shit. She wrote a ton of books and made a bunch of money off of them. I don't see how anybody makes money off books, but if people are buying them, I understand, I guess. You got to have a really big name to sell books. Because, like, people just don't buy books. I thought about writing a book. I could just write a book about my life, but, you know, change a few things and shit. I'm really upset with the lack of communication with the police, the law enforcement, and in the communication to the public. I'm displeased with that shit. That's just outrageous. You know, I don't know what they're telling the Guthries and shit, but they're not telling the public nothing.
No, I'll probably be back in a bit.
Yeah, it's starting to become a media thing. Probably he's probably not with it.
All right, so I'm gonna
see wherever he goes, they follow him.
Remember about the stream?
Do they not?
Out, so
mainstream media following this guy,
see what
bro.
happens here? If anything, more people come, I'll restart or whatnot. Running out. My battery's running low. So I'm out here. JLR Investigate. So again, we'll do like we do every night. We're praying for Nancy. We just say a prayer for Nancy. Power of prayer. This is very powerful here. You know, having this out here for her, just strangers coming up and signing this. This has been on for weeks now, and the entire poster board is literally filled. Power of prayer, folks. That's what we're going to do on this channel. So pray extensively. And
well, I'll tell you what, he's done more searching than the FBI has. Is that phenomenal or what? Not phenomenal. I mean, it's kind of horrible, really, but he's done more searching than the FBI have. He's done more searching than the Pima County Sheriff. These people have gone out and found stuff to call the Pima County Sheriff to come pick it up. Like, where are you guys? Like, where are you? Oh, we got 400 agents. The fuck you do. Sorry about my language, but I don't believe it. I don't even see him doing anything. Out searching anywhere. Maybe where you think she might be or anything, man. Like, I just don't see it. I got to get used to those things again. I don't wear them enough. It hurt my eyes. Yeah. JLR went everywhere. He went up into the fucking mountains. He went to the lake. Where do you hide a dead body? In Minecraft. Not real, but where would you? You have to dig a hole or she's going to smell. Or you leave her way out in the desert and the animals are going to get at her eventually. You got to, right? I'm sure the desert is full of animals that would just tear her apart. Where do you hide? Where do you hide someone that's alive? Let's just say, for all our hope is true that she's alive, where do you hide someone that's alive? Where do you hide someone alive? Like, if she's alive, where do you hide her? You got to be able to, like, hide her somewhere if she's alive, right? Correct? Kidnappers don't take these people this long and not get the ransom. I know. This shit's usually done in the first few days. Like, that's crazy. I think JLR is closing up shop for the night. I got great news today. Great news, man. I don't know where you would hide her if she was alive. If she was alive, where would you hide her? It's you can't even think about where she could like somebody could hide her because she's probably not alive. I know, Twist. I know, baby girl. I couldn't wait for this day. And early on, I thought this day would never come again. Yep. But I can't wait to get back to work, dude. Get off my freaking ass. This ain't how I roll, man. When I come in from work, you have to take your clothes off right at the door. Right there at the door. No doubt. I'm fucking black. All up my arms, all got goggle fucking marks. Yep. At the end of the shift, you got to get in there and clean all those dye. You got to scrub it with a fucking boy. Oh boy, it's bad.
What happened for sure. We are praying for Nancy's family, the Guthrie family, entire Guthrie.
I pray for her too, man.
All of them. You know, hopefully they'll get.
I pray for Savannah.
Get some closure or justice, answers. The unknown. The unknown.
Yeah, not me. Hell no.
The unknown.
I have to shower daily when I work.
The entire Pima County Sheriff's Office, all the partnering law enforcement agencies that have been assisting in this case, including federal authorities, the FBI, BORTEC, 4-Star, the other agencies out there. If I forget somebody,
yep. Got to get to it to get it.
Out there doing their thing. It's not easy, you know.
Very true, Rhonda.
Everyone's putting their life on the line to find Nancy. I'll pray for Tucson, the community, the Catalina foothills, the entire neighborhood of Nancy, all the media out there continuing to bring public awareness to Nancy.
Do you think that the people thought it would get this like big, where the news is covering it? Maybe that didn't have a basement. You know, I don't think Annie had a basement. I think she was on a slab.
Awareness, you know. If anything else breaks in the middle of the night, you'll hear here on JLR Investigates, and you know, let's get a nighttime raid. Let's get a Sunday night raid.
Yeah, they need to do something in this case, man. They need to flex their fucking authority somehow, because this perp or perps are walking all over these fucking law enforcement. Hide them in a basement. It's true. You could put them in a basement. I thought maybe like a spare room, maybe. I just don't see people doing that these days. And like, I guess you could be that fucking wild. They probably just offed her and took the body somewhere else to get rid of her. I'm thinking that's right. My heart, my gut, my brain is telling me they offed her and took her somewhere else to dump her. I don't know what they thought, like that was going to help them or something. I don't know. And I'm sideways on it being targeted or just a burglar, because I feel like it could be targeted, because Savannah was starting to open up some cracks and crevices with some things, man. They haven't even released the interviews she's done, but people know about them. Ain't that crazy? She interviewed 2 of Epstein's victims. It's wild, man. This old lady was pulled out of her bed right at home in her sleep. Like, there's no way. Yeah, I wear sweatpants everywhere. For sure. A lot. Yep. Patrick's got court on the Whitaker family case. Patrick has court Tuesday, I think. Tuesday. We'll be watching over that. And if anything changes, of course, I'll be reporting on it. I don't know though. He's buying his time definitely by getting it stretched out, because he don't have that much time left on probation. I think he's only got like 5 months left or 4 months left. That ain't shit. He could go in there and do the time and get out of jail, and with enough time to fight the Whitaker trial, because he's still on bond. They didn't revocate that yet. But that's all there is to talk about it. Really, there ain't nothing left. There ain't no information on the Whitakers. And if you're trying to get information on the Whitakers at this point, you're deep in digging and digging. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Everybody, I want you guys to have a great night, man. Boy, we pulled a 2-hour 40-minuter. Ooh, 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 ooh. Y'all are lovely. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look, I will be doing again. I will be doing them again. I still will be coming on here nightly to have our show. I'll probably go to taking at least one day off again, because it's good for your mental. Plus, it's good for like a content reset vibe. Because at this point, there's really nothing to report on here. We're just talking about it, right? So it's like a hangout stream. We should be reporting, but there's nothing to report on, man. I'm just hoping that she's alive now. But I don't think she is. So I hope she's found, recovered, body. They can bury her or cremate her where she's supposed to be. I'm sure she has her own plot already. You know? You guys have a great night too. Lovely, guys. Lovely. Gentlemen, keep up the good work in the chat. Gentlemen, stay aggressive and defiant, y'all. Oh, you know we will. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. AD over and out.
Gon' come with safety. The only time I'm safe is when I'm dangerous. Posted in the 30 with this 30, trying to leave them brainless. We still in the jets, exactly where them boys say we ain't hanging. Put cheese on my head, I come collect that shit. You think I'm playing? Trouble hop out busting at it, brother. Miss you know I'm hitting. We got O's and Bo's in here, and we got wood cook in the kitchen. If I say go get them, they go get them. Young boy fingers itching, fingers squeezing on the trigger. They heard all them glitches. Money man, I run it up. If I fall off, I'm poking shit. Told that bitch quit asking questions. I hate all that notice shit. We send shots the whole year round, no ring around the road and shit. Mala bro, he makes it vanish. He with hocus pocus shit. Chopper bust, they hit the ground. It's too many sticks around. We known to get greasy, pussy. Don't you have your bitch around? Switch up on this bitch. I catch them deep, get a whole click around. Put us in the midst of shit that we ain't do. We spinning now. Bitch keep trying to tell me slide. Think she trying to set the pick. Other hoes been tripping, texting my bitch on that messy shit. Left a bro out there with his brains out. Yeah, that's that messy shit. Bought another Glock, let's catch a op so I can test the bitch.